So joining me to talk about this today, of course, is the cast of Mixed-ish. So please welcome Gary Cole as Harrison. Christina Anthony as Denise. Mykal-Michelle Harris as the lovely Santa Monica Johnson. Ethan William Childress as Johan Johnson. Arica Himmel as Rainbow Johnson. Mark Paul Gosselaar as Paul Johnson. Tika Sumpter as Alicia Johnson. Executive producer Peter Saji. And last but not least, executive producer Karen Gist. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Judging by the round of applause I heard backstage, I think everyone here is pretty excited about Mixed-ish. So you guys, round of applause again for all the wonderful work you guys have done on this show. I want to start here, and I want to go down the line and give everyone an opportunity to talk about this, but what made you all want to do this spinoff? And was this an easy yes for you guys as you were thinking about where you were, you know, when this opportunity kind of came about? Let's start with you, Karen.
Sure. Was it an easy yes? Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the pilot, I knew it was something really special and had the ability to tackle issues and be a part of the conversation. And so I wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I was in from the beginning.
From the beginning. Peter?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I have a very personal connection to this being biracial. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, when I had an opportunity to work with Kenya and Tracee, I absolutely leapt at it.
Absolutely. Tika, what made you want to be a part of this?
Oh my gosh. Kenya Barris called me, and when he calls you, you're like, yes, I'll come in and read. And then I was like, well, can you send me the script? And once I read the script, I mean, obviously we know in the ish world, everything they do is relevant, wrapped and funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, please have me.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I love that.
Quick yes.
How about you, Mark Paul?
I came on later, but I read an amazing script
Yeah.
and couldn't believe that this was on broadcast.
Yeah.
And felt fortunate that I got the opportunity to go in and read with Tika, and you know, here I am. So I felt very, very fortunate to be a part of the world.
Fantastic.
He was great, by the way.
Yeah.
He was good.
You got it. You did it.
Thank you. I still feel like I'm fighting for the job.
How about yourself?
Well, yeah, auditioning for the role, I was super excited. Like Tika and Karen said, the Ish universe is amazing, and they deal with these issues and also present, you know, a comedy part to the show. So I'm super excited to be a part of it.
Love that.
I agree with Arica. I think it was once I got the audition, I was like, yeah. And then, like she said, it's very relevant, but it's funny in a way as well, so it can really relate to people in a funny way.
Right.
I totally agree with my sister and brother. When usually auditions are like, if I get it, yay, not, okay. But this one I was like, if I get this, yeah. If I don't, so once I got this, I was crying to my death. Yeah.
Aww.
See, we're no longer family-ish, we're family.
Aww.
So we're done, right?
Ask another question.
That was heartwarming, but let me keep it real. No, I mean, I've been working actress, a working comedian, came out of the theater. I've been on the grind for 8 years out here. This was probably my 90-something pilot, and I hadn't booked anything. And so when I got the call that I got the job, I was like, I'm I'm on my way. And I think I started 90 minutes before we started the first table read. So I knew I wanted to do it, but also my landlord knew he wanted me to do it.
That's right.
Yeah, but also it's a really great script, and being mixed is difficult. Right. But I am right.
Being mixed is difficult.
That's right. Sometimes
That's
landlords determine destiny. Great script.
Yeah.
Just a great script, but more than that, but probably one of the most unique scripts I've seen in years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've definitely never seen this type of representation on network television, so very excited for what's to come. Peter, let's start with you. You know, you were a writer and a producer on Blackish for the first 5 seasons before moving over to Mixed-ish as an executive producer. Talk to us about the genesis of this newest spinoff to the Ish universe.
You know, it's based around Rainbow Johnson, a character we already know and love, and played by Tracee Ellis Ross.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it was very exciting, and you know, Blackish is a place where Kenya Barris has always encouraged us to tell honest and fair stories. And so, you know, the opportunity to do that in a more specific circumstance was really exciting. And so, and then, you know, when these people got involved, it just, they make my life so much easier. Because that's like, I can write an okay joke, and then they make me look good.
Oh, thank you.
Well, what we're accustomed to in Blackish is, you know, Kenya for a long time was actually plucking real life stories from his life. Will we see some of your real life kind of played out in this series?
Some of it for sure. I mean, there's other you know, mixed people on the staff as well. But ultimately, this is a show about otherness and feeling different. And so everyone is drawing from those feelings of not quite fitting in and being 12 years old and navigating all that weirdness. And so that's hopefully everyone will be able to relate to it on that level. And then our writers are able to draw from that personally as well.
Absolutely, I love that. Karen, the Ish franchise, it does such a great job of telling sometimes difficult stories that are organic to these characters' journeys, but with a comedic grace, of course, that doesn't hit you over the head. Will we be seeing these kinds of stories in Mixed-ish as well?
Definitely. We are approaching a lot of issues through the lens of this 12-year-old girl, but it's set in 1985. But ironically, a lot of those same conversations are happening now. So we will tackle as many issues as we can, try not to be preachy about it, but try to make them come through our characters' experiences and have honest conversations about them. And that's seen in each script where mostly our adults are kind of talking about the thing that we want to talk about. That's a really important scene and a fun conversation for us to even have in the room. Like, what do we want this to be and say? So yeah, we're definitely diving into those issues in hopefully a funny and lovely way.
Hopefully, no. I think you've done the job and then some with what I've seen so far. Mark Paul, I want to jump down to you because you, of course, have had an incredible career in television. What have been some of the highlights and challenges of playing this new character?
The highlights, you know, it's interesting. I'm of mixed race, and the scripts that we get every week, I feel like I'm going back home, and for myself, I'm being educated, and I'm taking this to my family because the things that we're tackling through comedy on our show are things that I wasn't aware of because of the way I looked, obviously. But my mother was Asian, my father was European, and because of the way I looked, I didn't have to deal, fortunately and unfortunately, with a lot of the things that we're going through in our show. But the highlight is honestly like the lessons that I'm learning through our show. And then the Ish world does such a great job of teaching you these things, but piling the comedy on so you don't even know that you're being taught at the time. So it really is a highlight for me to be a part of this and telling this story, which hasn't been told before. Yeah.
Without giving too much away, what's something that maybe came up that maybe surprised you or that stood out to you that you did take back to your family to talk a little bit about?
Oh my gosh! I mean, we had a discussion. You know, we're talking about certain things and how we feel like we've evolved But when you look back in 1985, some of the things that we were tackling then we're still tackling to this day.
Yeah.
And when you realize we have so much more to learn, and that we you know, the pace isn't as fast as we think it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking back, it's like we're still dealing with these issues: race equality and gender equality, and you know, it's just it's positive. I think we're headed in the right direction, but still we have so much more learning left to do.
Oh, perfect. Thank you for that. Tika, talk to us about Mixed-ish and the importance of bringing issues of identity and belonging to the center stage.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime we talk about identity and, like Saji said, otherness, you know, speaking from a place where I'm not mixed and I'm coming in as a dark-skinned woman in 1985, working in a very white law firm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of otherness, and where do we fit in as Black women? So I'm happy to represent that space in which I get to talk to Rainbow about specific things that she's gonna have to go through, but also like, what is my identity? What does it mean to be Black? What are two different types of Black within the community with my sister? You know, she plays a totally different, she's on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
What does that mean for both of us? You know, so I think we get to really tackle some of the things that we haven't really done on TV and say some of the things we need to say.
Yeah, I know, that's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to what's coming. Arika, how much research did you do to mirror Rainbow's mannerisms, facial expressions, and comedic timing? Because you are so on point. And did Tracee give you any advice or direction about how to be who she's created that we've been watching?
Well, you know, I started out just going on YouTube, watching clips of Blackish, Tracee's moments in there, and also just watching her in person, her presence. She's like Bo in a way. She has that comedic timing.
Yeah.
She's positive, she's upbeat. And that's pretty much what I did to train for this role.
Okay.
But, you know, she read the script with me. She's been at table reads. She's been super helpful. And in a way, it's also cool because I myself have to block out Bo's future. And, you know, because young Bo is pretty much like older Bo, but she's a bit lost and she hasn't found herself yet.
Right.
So it's been cool playing her.
And I just want to add, you bring such a special quality to that. So yes, she has Tracee's version of Rainbow down, but also she brings something. You bring something that's just yours. That's great, and we just love watching you just be your version of Rainbow.
Aw, I love that. I also wish I were as smart as you were at whatever age you are right now. I'm feeling real insecure down here at the end of this panel. It's okay. I'm gonna get it together.
You can just sing that song.
I know, right? I think I have a college degree. Let's go down to Gary. You know, what's it like to play someone who is meant to be such a polarizing character? And more importantly, how do you say some of those lines with a straight face?
I'm going to borrow a line I used before last time I was in this situation. And I'm going to say that I don't write the letters, but I do deliver the mail.
Yeah, there you go.
It's weird because it's sometimes, we'll rehearse and just from the people there and the crew, you'll get laughter, but sometimes you will get a mixture of deep groans with a little bit of laughter afterwards. And that's what they're meant to be in a way. That there's a purpose behind them. He is polarizing. The kindest thing you could say is that he's insensitive. But you can go certainly much further than that. But it's for a purpose. It's to, and I'm set up well in the scripts to deliver these things. And most of the time we notice that a lot of times when I say something, that's immediately when the voiceover kicks in. So that should tell you something.
I love that. Thank you for that, Carrie. My next question is for Ethan, and I'm almost afraid to ask this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What are some of the most surprising things you learned about the 1980s?
That was it, I guess.
That was it. What surprised you about that decade?
Oh my, okay. No. So,
So afraid of the answer.
stop! Okay, so, one of the things I can't. Okay, no, I can't breathe, actually. For your information, Rainbow. Wait, you're the sassy one. Okay, so I was on set one day and I pointed to something and I asked Tika, what's it? She said it's a phone.
It's true. It's true.
Never felt more elderly than
Yeah, it was like, how old am I? It's a phone.
You're like, I just Googled it.
Right.
a rotary dial phone.
No, it was like a big block phone.
Like a wall.
with chalkboard on it.
Yeah.
We had a whole
85.
conversation, I think 2 days ago, about how I was so old that am I wearing diapers now? So that's where we are on set during takes. It's like,
No.
are you wearing diapers now because of your age? And I'm
Oh
like,
my God, because of your age. Stop watching the commercials. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, so what's that like for you guys to be on set with these kind of young, vibrant people who are experiencing things they've never experienced before and have to Google, apparently, to find out what they are?
I mean, they're amazing to
Yeah.
be around. I mean, our energy is always zapped by the end. No, but it keeps us, vibrant as well, and it makes us feel old. No, it's fantastical working with them.
Yeah, of course. Mykal-Michelle was just mentioned a second ago, but Santa Monica is so sassy. I think I know the answer, but I don't want to. How similar or different to her are you in real life?
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Okay, let me start with the differences. I am not a hippie. I would not be here if I had that sass at home.
That is true.
Those are the two differences. Now, let's get on with this. Me and Santa Monica are super duper alike. We have the fashion, we have the words, we have the attitude. Well, we don't have the attitude, but we have everything.
I'm in love. That's got to be a fun character to write.
Yes,
for.
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about kind of bringing Santa Monica to life on paper, having this amazing actress actually bringing her to life. What's that like for you guys?
I think the best thing is when you can hear a voice in your head. It's
Yeah.
so clear, and
Yeah.
I think all of these guys do a great job actually, of like crystallizing the character. And
Yeah.
once you are able to hear it, it just, that's a blow to a scene. She just did it. She just blew the scene.
I love that, and I love you. Christina, Aunt Dee Dee, she has some amazing one-liners on Mixed Dish that are totally meme-worthy. We know that your landlord was very happy that you landed this role, but how did you actually find out that you landed the role?
Oh, wow. So I think I went in February, like during pilot season. And again, I went in for probably, 10 or 12 different shows, and they were just, no. And we checked back on, I said, can we check back on that guest star of Blackish? Because this was a backdoor pilot at first. We didn't know it was going to be a show. And they said, yeah, come on over. And I, stayed up all night working on it. And my boyfriend at the time, he helped me work on it all night long. Got in the room, did the audition. And when I left, I called, my agent called and said, they said they love you. They said, come back, meet Tika. And I said, can we do this tomorrow? Because I just took a lunch already for my customer service job, and I couldn't do it. And my agent was like, don't do this, please go back. So I lied, and I went back, and we did the audition. And then after that, I went home, I stayed up all night, and then I got a call. It was 7:37 in the morning, and my reps called, and I said, please don't call me to tell me I didn't get it. And they said, you got it. And I just hung up the phone. And it was so exciting. And then they called me back. They're like, why did you hang up? You started 90 minutes. You need to go. I hung up so I could call my family, but yeah, it's been a dream come true to get to play Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So how did you cancel your customer service job?
Well, interesting enough, Kenya actually talked me into into quitting.
Quitting, yeah.
Because I would come to, every now and then we'd have like, you have a photo shoot or you have a meeting or a reading, and I would come and I'm like, are we almost done? I gotta go back to work tomorrow. And he was like, you still have that job? And I'm like, I have that job until I see this on TV.
Yeah.
And so, so I just quit in July. When we started shooting, I quit. Yeah. But they're very supportive and very excited.
Oh,
I'm not going back, but they're very.
I love that. Here's the question again. I want to start down with you, Gary, on this and just kind of go down the line. But, as fans really start to consume this, because we at least know what we're going to get because the Ish universe is so fantastic, and it's not just entertainment. You really are educating viewers and a viewership. And as fans start consuming this, what would you individually love for the conversation to be about this new series? What would be a win for you all? Gary?
Well, I never, I tend not to generalize an audience. I think a show that has impact and that hopefully entertains as well as teaches becomes personal, to a viewer. And I just remember, being a fan of television and what impacted me is it's almost inexplicable, but it's moments, moments that there's a real genuine connection, and that you stop and think. But that affects everybody differently. So,
Right.
what I hope it does, and I think it has certainly the potential to do, is just to, first of all, funny out front, but as we are rewarded with that, that somebody learns something along the way, or sees something at least through eyes that they've never viewed some circumstance before. And I think that's what these scripts and these characters, what the writers have created, really underlines, is really looking at things through somebody else's eyes.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. How about yourself?
I grew up watching 80s television, and then I remember when Nick at Night came on, I then absorbed like all these old shows like the Carol Burnett Show and Laugh-In, and I just remember just loving TV so much, and somewhere along the way, I think as the world has changed, maybe TV gets a bad rap or entertainment, or maybe even people don't feel like they see themselves anymore. And I hope that when people see this show, we have a love for television again, and also that it feels like home. I want people to see Denise and say like, I know that chick, like that's my aunt, like this feels like home. I know who this is. So I'm excited for people to tune in and feel like our family is their family, even if it's not the family you had. We're here now. We'll be your family. Yeah.
I love that. Mykal-Michelle, how about yourself?
Well, when people see this show, I really want them to know that this is not only comedy. This is real-world situations and how to take care of them. This
Like how to take care of his diaper?
Thank you very much. I want them to know that mixed is a thing now, and it will always be. But don't let that bring you down. Don't let mixed bring you down. Let it bring you up. Let yourself be a light. Let yourself shine. And don't feel like you're not a somebody. Feel like you're always a buddy.
Dang! Okay, Miss Therapist.
That was amazing. Thank you. Ethan?
I'm not even sure if I can say anything.
I know.
But like she said, it's not just comedy. I think it digs deeper than that, and people can really relate to this. And I hope that people will know that they're not alone in the world, and that some other people might have gone through something that they've gone through, and that they're honestly just not alone.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Arika?
Well, I feel like people should feel like, they've been helped almost one by one, whether it's just an Instagram comment or a thought in someone's head, that they feel like, wow, watching this show has kind of steered me in the right direction, made me realize, I'm not alone. People identify as things, and, I'm unique, I'm special, I'm this. Yeah.
Wonderful. Mark Paul?
Oh, I just want years of success. Because I want to see this beautiful family. But, I mean, you get to see these. Look at this family we've created. I'd love to see them grow up and with success. Christina can, own the customer service center. She could be her own boss and take her lunch whenever she wants.
Yeah.
But no, it's when you're in this environment and this is a positive experience for me, and I'm sure it is for all of us. I want to do this for years to come.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I feel like they've all said it. I want people to be invested in the characters. And really want to come home every night even though it's on once a week, but come home and want to see it or see reruns or, well, we can't have reruns yet, but we're not there. Right.
See reruns of Break-In.
So I'm just super excited for them to also see just what this writer's room has done and what Karen Gist has done, the quality and the thoughtfulness, and I hope people really can appreciate good TV when they see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Peter?
On Blackish, when we knew we were doing a good job is when people started saying actually. Like, I actually watch your show. It's actually funny. And when people told us that, they watched this particular episode and what that meant to them and what that meant to their family and how they connected with it. And so if we can connect with people on that level, again, that for me is the goal.
Fantastic. And last but most certainly not least.
Well, you actually created an amazing show.
Yeah, you did.
You really did. God, I just want to stop crying. Because
I was going to say, were you crying?
Really, the kid, they just got me. I hope people walk away from the show. I want to push the conversation. I want each show to stand on its own and delve into issues. I want people to fall in love with this family. I want these characters to be honest and grounded and believable, and I want it to speak to everyone. So I'm hoping that people are able to see themselves in the stories, even if the specifics of the story aren't who they are. The humanity is for everyone. So that's the goal.
Well, if that's the goal, I think so far so good. Give it up for the cast of Mixed.